Pierre Trudeau, a Canadian affair. Here is Tom Clark.
Good evening and welcome to W5. Tonight, a special edition about one of the most remarkable and controversial Canadians ever, Pierre Elliott Trudeau. On Monday, Trudeau will celebrate his 80th birthday, a man who can still attract the attention and raise the passion of Canadians. During the next hour, we're not going to dwell on the politics of his time. Instead, we're going to look at the man and how we as a nation fell in love and eventually out of love with Pierre Trudeau. And we'll hear from his two sons, Sasha and Justin, who speak for the first time about their lives inside the enigma of the Trudeau years. Here now with our special report is CTV News Ottawa Bureau Chief Craig Oliver.
In our long love-hate relationship with Pierre Trudeau, he has remained an enigma.
He's a very distant man. He's a very, private, even from our perspective. I guess he's had kind of a lonely life in some ways, I think he's had himself alone in many circumstances, many places, through many events and a lot of time. And I think that's part of his character, his personality, that he does and will always remain somewhat distant from everything.
Distant, but deeply affecting us. Tragically back in the public spotlight after the death of his son, Michel. We mourned with the man who once led us.
What can we say when Michel went away? So it's true that we can feel it when we talk with him, that he lived with these terrible scars. I am still astonished that he didn't, break completely apart.
Losing Mish has been tough on him. It's been tough on all of us. Has he changed in any fundamental way? No. Are there changes manifest on the surface? He's turning 80. I mean, he's older.
31 years ago, we adored this man. 1968. He seemed to burst into our lives from nowhere. An unconventional bachelor who swept aside the great gray political figures of the day and swept us off our feet.
Go, don't be afraid to take your stand. You've got the nation right behind. Go right ahead and blow them up.
One of the basic laws is that when you're looking at birth statistics and so on, you must remember that the state has no place in the bedrooms of the nation, and
Trudeau possessed the quality shared by all charismatics, absolute certainty.
He had so much inner confidence and serenity about where he was going that you almost got a sense from this guy that he must be right, because he's got so much confidence. He must know something I don't know. And I think some of that rubs off on you.
He seemed ready for anything. He was fun. A country used to old guys in suits found this playful politician appealing.
He was a very attractive, interesting, possibly dangerous man, and most women like men like that.
He was sexy.
Yes.
He was in his late 40s but seemed younger. Active, virile, dynamic, Canada's first made-for-TV politician. He projected an image of strength and power.
I don't think anyone who didn't live through it can even imagine how madly in love Canada was with this man.
Spring 1968. When he ran for Prime Minister, a new word entered the lexicon: Trudeau-mania.
I know some people have said that this campaign, that even me personally, I was trying to put Quebec in its place. Well, I am trying to put Quebec in its place, and the place of Quebec is in Canada, nowhere else.
Quebec was a problem. He offered hope. Maybe he could deal with the separatists. The night before the election, Trudeau was in Montreal for the Nationalist Saint-Jean-Baptiste parade. He had received death threats, but Trudeau enjoyed a good fight.
Pierre Trudeau wasn't afraid of anybody in public debate as an adversary, and in physical situations. I mean, the idea that there could be a rough crowd, or there might be if somebody take a poke at him in the crowd, he'd say, "Where are they? What side are they on? Let's go down that side."
This would be a defining moment in Trudeau's life. A riot was brewing. Separatist demonstrators started pelting the reviewing stand with rocks and bottles. Other politicians fled for cover. But at this moment, Trudeau made a fateful decision. He refused to budge. This tough guy was our man.
That's his nature. That's, I think, also losing a father, and he was the eldest son. He became had to be very aggressive at a young age, but also the school we went to, the Jesuits have this, you know, you take what you are and you thrust it out as hard as you can, and what's left is what's true, you know.
It confirmed the impression people had that this guy was gutsy, that he was going to stand up for his point of view. I mean, it presented a heroic image of him.
The next day, he swept the country, including a big victory in Quebec.
In a very real sense, in 1968, the people of Canada voted for someone that didn't exist. They voted for somebody that they believed existed, that they hoped existed.
We were blinded by Trudeau-mania and looked forward to the future. But we knew little of the past that made the man we were so eager to follow.